Hey, quick question. If Johnny and 5 other barely teenage kids were each given this mask by this school teacher and told to stay after school for some extra credit and extra pleasure, what should happen to that school teacher? Well, Bob, if you guessed that should go to jail, you would be correct. That's right, Bob. A once Indiana math teacher is going to be doing a whole lot of those tally marks on the wall of her jail cell for what she did to those kids. And the details of this story will make you scream. Let's discuss. Yo, how you feeling? Welcome to another edition of According to Lamar. I'm Lamar. Hope you're feeling well. Hope your mind, body, and spirit is well. And if not, I hope it gets better for you. Always remember, there's a lot of reasons to feel stressed right now, but I hope you find the things that make you feel blessed right now. Yes! Now let's get into the story. A former Indiana math teacher is facing a whole lot of charges for being a freaky ass She is 69 God. Hey, run for your lives. And I mean that literally.
Had your kids, had your wife, and had your husband.
Prosecutors are accusing this woman, Britton Fortenberry, with arranging group intercourse sessions with high school and middle school boys as young as 13 years old. Prosecutors are also alleging that at least 6 victims have come forth so far. And according to the victims, Ms. Fortenberry was out here wilding. First of all, you got 2 victims who are claiming that she slid into their DMs, sending them all types of pictures and videos of her playing with toys and stripper poles and all types of stuff like that. One of the teens is even alleging that she slid into the DM after the first day of school.
You're a thirsty bitch.
He alleges that the convo started out smooth, but then quickly took a turn for the worse as she started talking about her side gig as a stripper and promoting her OnlyFans while sending him about like 6 pictures of nudes. Then another victim who was 17 at the time is saying that she slid into his homeboy's DM and was telling his homeboy how she was dreaming about sleeping with both of them.
You're just thirsty, bitch. Go drink you some water.
If you grossed out now, I can promise you it gets worse from here. You see, the first victim who came forth was actually 15 years old. He told his grandmother, who then told the authorities. The minor then began telling authorities about the nude photos that Fortenberry was sending him. He then showed authorities a picture of himself inside of the shower of Fortenberry's home, which dates back to October 2023, and says that he's 99% sure that they had intercourse.
What?
Now, at this point, I'm sure some of you may be wondering, why did he say he's only 99% sure? Well, one of the reasons could be that he was 15 years old at the time. The other reason is he probably repressed the memory or wants to repress the memory, given how traumatic and or surreal it may have been. And the other reason, and this is the most telling reason, is that, she often drugged her victims before having intercourse.
I beg your pardon?
That's right, folks. I told you it gets worse from here. Follow me to hell. One of the victims, who was 13 at the time, tells authorities that Fortenberry drugged him and his friends before taking advantage of them at her house. The 13-year-old victim tells authorities that he was instructed by Fortenberry to come by our house and bring friends. It was there where they were all given substances that they were later told to be drugs, and shortly thereafter, allegedly assaulted. Now, at this point, I think it's important to mention that Fortenberry is 31 years old. In these instances in which he was trying to get her cord struck by a minor happened quite often. In one instance, a teen says Fortenberry sexually assaulted him after asking him to babysit her children.
What?
Yes, a teacher, who is also a mother, did these things to those children.
Damn.
Another victim claims that Fortenberry offered the teens anywhere from $100 to $800 for photos of their genitals. And in one particularly frightening case, to say the least, Fortenberry allegedly purchased $600 worth of items and costumes. Why? So she could dress a group of underage teens up and make them wear the Ghostface mask from the Scream franchise right before she sexually assaults them.
What?
I said she paid $600 to dress a group of underage teens up to wear the Ghostface mask in the Scream franchise right before she sexually assaults them. Allegedly.
What the fuck?
According to one of her alleged young victims, the boys had to wear the mask and they would rotate every 15 minutes in sexual encounters that would go on for hours.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Now let me answer some questions because I'm sure some of you are probably thinking at this point, well, how did she force them all to do these things if they didn't really want to do it? Well, aside from the fact that they're all pretty much young teenagers and their brains aren't really developed, but, she's their teacher, so there's that whole power dynamic thing going on there. It's also alleged that if they didn't engage in these encounters, she would then force herself onto them, telling them to just let it happen. Not to mention the aforementioned drugs that they had in their system. And she also would allegedly threaten to herself if they didn't just let it happen. Oh, and she would also threaten to herself if they were to tell anybody about what allegedly she wanted to just let happen. So, just some context there. Oh, and did I mention she was married? What? That's right. A married woman who's a teacher and also a mother did these things to these children.
That nigga's tripping.
Now, much is not known about Mr. Fortenberry, his role in all of this, or their marriage. But what I can tell you is that the couple married in November of 2020, divorced in February of this year, 2025, and she was charged in March of this year, 2025. It's also important to remember that these incidences occurred within the years of 2023 and 2024. It's also important to mention that though most of the parents claim to be in the dark about all of this until the teacher was arrested, one father claims that the husband, Mr. Fortenberry, was not only well aware of his wife's twisted actions, but he would also threaten the victims with physical harm if they were to come forth. But Mr. Fortenberry has yet to be charged. Just a quick update, Mr. Fortenberry is currently being investigated, and detectives have confirmed that he was well aware of his wife's actions. But instead of trying to stop her, he decided to threaten a 13-year-old boy. He's currently facing charges for failure to report a crime and intimidation. Mrs. Fortenberry, however, has been charged with 29 counts of felonies, including 5 level 1 child molestation charges, which carry a penalty of 20 to 40 years in prison for each count. Fortenberry is also facing 24 other counts, as I mentioned earlier, which are level 4, 5, and 6 offenses, which carry sentences ranging from 2 to 12 years to 1 to 6 years. The former teacher, who just left school in August of 2024, by the way, has charges that also include sexual misconduct with a minor, dissemination of a matter harmful to minors, performing sexual conduct in the presence of a minor, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I say all that to say, hey, Britt, I hear you like I'm young. Well, you about to go to cell block 1. Get her ass up out of here, man. Pack her up. Get her out of here. Sicko, man. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all, man? I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. That's what you're supposed to do. You had one job, ho. Teach math. And all you taught them to do was be 69 gods by dividing your legs and adding to your body count. You filthy disrespectfully, of course. Their parents sent them there to get an education, and you gave them brain that they did not ask for. You could have gave that brain to anybody else who was of age, but you decided to be a whole sicko.
Why?
Side note, when I was in high school, I had a female gym teacher that was also trying to hook up with kids, but she kind of looked like Hulk Hogan. Come to think about it, this one also looks like Hulk Hogan. Why is it always the teachers that look like Hulk Hogan that's trying to hook up with kids? Look at her. Looks like she's about to say, "What you gonna do when I put this scream mask on you?"
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Look, in one of my last videos, The Dark Side of YNs, if anybody wants to check it out, I talked about what exactly makes a child go bad. And to me, it all comes down to their surroundings. Who's raising you? Who's mentoring you? Who's teaching you? Obviously, number one would be the parents or the guardians of the family, right? But right under that should be the teachers. And this is where I have all the problem here. These parents trusted you with their kids. These kids trusted you with leadership. And all you led these kids to is trauma that they're going to have to deal with for the rest of their lives. Most of us know that hurt people hurt people. But in more extreme cases, it's often the monsters of our society that are created by the monsters of our society. I do not know what caused you to do this, Mrs. Fortenberry. I'm going to assume that you have traumas of your own to deal with. But again, that's for you to deal with, not spread. Unfortunately, due to your actions, there's going to be 6 young teenagers who are now going to have to deal with the sins of the teacher. And according to your victims, there's more boys who you've taken advantage of, but they choose not to come forth because they don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to speak about it at all. So not only is there unhealed trauma, there's also unspoken trauma from boys who we don't even know exist at all in this equation. If I haven't already made myself clear, let me do so now. You've introduced a world to these kids that they didn't otherwise know exists, nor should they otherwise know exist. You've introduced drugging into the intimacy process. You've introduced forcing yourself onto somebody into the intimacy process. You've introduced gaslighting, peer pressure, manipulation into the intimacy process. You've normalized having intercourse with a minor within the intimacy process. See, it's a little known fact that the dark side of R. Kelly was created by a person just like you. The dark side of people like R. Kelly is created by people just like you. And the scary part about your actions is that we may never know the true full scale of your actions, considering some of these kids are too afraid to come forth. But all we can do now is pray that these kids don't grow up and turn into the worst case scenario, which in this case would be becoming just like you. One of the victims said it best. It's no different than a 30-year-old man and a 15-year-old girl. I just hope history doesn't repeat itself. Oh, and also, it's important to mention that Mrs. Fortenberry never said that she regretted her actions. Instead, she told the officer that she regrets the day that she lost weight and doesn't think that she would run into any of these problems if she was still 150 pounds heavier. I don't know what the fuck she talking about, but they need to hurry up and throw this bitch up under the jail. I'm sick of her. Get her up out my face. I'm done. I'm done. Done. No. God. Thanks for watching another edition of According to Lamar. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know how you feel in the comments. Seriously, let me know how you feel in the comments because I am dying to hear about it. Like this one here, like my flabber has never been this gassed. I'ma just tell you just like that, dead ass. Like let's keep the conversation going because I need to know how y'all feel about this one. These teachers they on some other stuff now. They definitely on some other stuff now. Till next time, guys. My name is Lamar. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace.